I've been thinking about doing this tour for a very, very long time. It's all I've thought about for years and years, and I still continue to think about it. I'm not over it yet. I will still continue to watch the DVD, and I can't wait to put together another show. It was the best time of my life. I can't wait to do it again. I want to go back touring again.
A new beginning, a new chapter.
I started putting the show together by starting the set list. First of all, they asked me, well, it was kind of like how long we wanted the show and what sort of songs we're doing off both albums, and if I wanted to do any covers, and I started firstly by that set list. I remember I was on the other side of the world, and I always was starting with Butterfly for some reason. It was just always something I wanted to open the show with. I had this idea of this girl for ages before the show started, a little image of the girl coming on first, and the fairy starting the show and having a big curtain. That was all, it was amazing seeing it brought to life, because that was all visions that I had in my head. And I started by kind of putting the songs in order. I had 6 worlds. I had, and I don't know if anyone notices, but it's like I had a world of, there was no particular order yet, but I had a world of being a 20-year-old and being sassy and kind of a bit more kind of edgier than maybe what people had seen me, which was the predictable and Monger and Electric Storm part. Then I had a world of fun, the adventure, my favourites, so that was Jet and doing I Don't Care and I Feel the Earth Move, so that was the favourite section. Then there was the singer-songwriter section, which was the sitting at the piano, so that was the world of being, showing, you know, that all the songs came from raw, starting at the piano. Then there was the Be Strong, where it was just the jeans and the normal tops that I would wear. Just simple kind of casual world actually. And then there was the like keeping it really real, and then there was the extravagance of the encore. I always, for some reason, I remember when I was in hospital, I used to sit there, and the one song, for some reason, while I was in like some weird nuclear thing that was doing injections and whatnot, I would always imagine, for some reason, Predictable. Predictable was like one of the ones that was always in my head. I wanted to walk out in some sort of big boots or something, and you know, it was actually Alan, the designer, who came to us. I wanted something really big and sort of out there, and actually it was more, at first I was torn between the catsuit idea in that section and having a catsuit at the end, but it all kind of worked together, like put the catsuit at the end. I wanted a catsuit in there for some reason as well. It was like I always imagined. The creative process, the inspiration, putting everything together was something I really kind of, again, I put into books. I rip out things, I put into a one place where I know it's neat and tidy, and I colour it in. And it was really something where I would draw on something every day. I watched a lot of DVDs and remembered from growing up what sort of show I liked personally. I really take into consideration every time I go out on stage, what do I want to sit and watch? I want to be entertained. It's not just about how good you sing, or goodness knows I want to be the best singer I can be and do the best job in singing and be pitch perfect and get every trill and everything, but also like you want to get up there and everyone to walk away going, I feel really good. You know, I really enjoyed that. I sang along, I felt involved with her up on stage. It still felt intimate even though it was a big room. That was really something I was very, very conscious of the process, getting the show together, was what feels right, and really everything was on instinct on the whole show. You've really got to be alert the whole time you're on stage and be aware of if there's anything that you're picking up from people, or the instinct of, even your instinct when you're putting the show together of, you know, is this going too long? Or, you know, I don't know if I got it perfect, but I know in my heart of hearts I am 100% happy with how this turned out. I do not look back and say anything I wasn't happy with. I was, dear goodness, 100% just thrilled with it. Was everything that I envisaged and everything I came up with in my head, and a great group of people around me. I can't even say how when you've got a couple of people around you, just key people who can see what you're seeing and your vision. And you know, we had Sneaky and Alan the designer and Dale doing the makeup, and just everybody coming together, and you're listening to what I wanted to do on the show, and then coming up with their own ideas was, you know, it's really special. I wasn't used to playing with a band before because I'd always done a lot of acoustic things, so that was a big learning experience. I think I got a lot better at it before. I think I was ready by the time the show was ready, but it took me a lot to get in sync with the band, not having the freedom to be able to change my timing, to stop and do anything, so I had to learn to be a bit stricter with playing with the band. rehearsals wise, the show sort of took about like 2 months, maybe less. It kind of seemed like it came very quickly all of a sudden. All of a sudden there was all this time in the world, and then within a week it was like, oh my god, the first show's next week. And I tell you, the first show felt like I was jumping out of a plane with a parachute. I was like, oh my god, I put my hand up and I was like, I don't know oh my god, just sing, what's the words to butterfly? It went on like my whole head was spinning. It was like jumping, and then all of a sudden you just have to jump. You had no choice, just go. Mentally, I made sure that I had a lot of my favourite things in my dressing room. I had a lot of candles, I had a lot of positive cards, I had my books out. I really took time by myself every time before a show. I'm not very good with being around too many people, except for when we bring the whole group in for a team hug and talk and get on stage. But I like my centre time, and really it is visualising. It sounds so silly, but it's like truly is going to bed like any athlete or anybody, going to bed and visualising the next day, just everyone standing up at the end clapping. The set actually was, I didn't know exactly how a set sort of was put about and what sort of set I wanted. I knew that I wanted it to be in the middle of the room. So there was kind of points that I had in my head of I wanted to be in the middle of the room amongst people when I sang Born to Try. That was important. So somehow there had to be a stage out in the middle of the room, so that kind of started for one piece. It's all a big puzzle. It's just putting all these pieces together to make it finally happen. I knew I wanted that. I knew that I wanted to have levels on the stage and glass in the middle to have lights that came up different colours so we could express different songs with colours. That's so important as your show is lighting, because you really need to set the tone. And it's like, again, you want colour for Jet and I Feel the Earth Move and everything, and you want something really beautiful on the white piano. The costumes by Alan Hees. I think he's the most professional, non-egotistical, easy to work with stylist I've ever worked with in my life. Besides being pleasant and, you know, could come backstage and see all and dress me within minutes. He really knew exactly what I was trying to say, but we needed to keep it cool. I just said to him, this is what I want for this section, this world, and this is what I want for this world, and this world, and this world. He came back to me with the draw boards and went, this colour, these colour, these colours. And basically we've got these designers and put it together, and it was, you know, a lot of fittings and a lot of getting the outfits, because they were all handmade exclusively, and he was wonderful. We had 4 dancers, 4 gorgeous dancers who I fell in love with the whole tour. A beautiful band who I love, and Richard the MD, who travels with me everywhere. The strings players, which we picked up in every state except for the beautiful Sally and Belinda. Alex the drummer, Scotty the keys, Kat on the guitar. We had Dee-Fran on the bass, Richard on the keys, and the backing vocalists, and you know, that was our band. It was like this young group of people that worked really hard. They gave up everything, all their time and energy, and put their heart and soul into it, and I hope we can have the same group of people for a long time. I had a list of wants in my book, and I wanted people to leave. Besides for my own indulgence of, I wanted people to leave saying, wow, I didn't know she could do that. And because I had a lot of sides of me I really desperately wanted to show, as I didn't have that much, as much as my music was on the radio and everything in Australia, I really didn't get to do my own shows until now. It was like, please just give me the chance to show you what I can do, and there's a reason why I do this. And that was just so important to me for my own, for people to go, I want to see her shows for years, I can't wait till the next one. I wanted people to walk away doing that, and I wanted them to walk away wanting to put on the CD when they get in the car and sing along to all the songs they know. I wanted them to feel good and think that they had a laugh, and that, you know, it was more than they could have thought, and that they went into a completely different fantasy world that was special, hopefully. I don't think the next show is going to be too far away. I can't wait to get on the road again and tour, and I really do think it'll be sooner much rather than later. And I guess I'll just have to wait and see what has happened in the next year, and see what I feel is the best, you know, ideas that come up, or feelings I feel that maybe my audience grows a bit in the next year or two, and you know, you have to just really make sure you relate to that and keep going. So I can't wait to get on the road again.
Take care. See you soon.